Hey Megtoes, this is Vention. I'm just hanging out in the backyard before work, taking care of some of these tree trimmings, separating the wood that can be cut and stacked from the wood that will go through the shredder. And man, does that look ugly. But it might survive. We shall see. If not, it'll be replaced with something else. Yeah, good times. I've actually been booted off to Swingshift due to the needs of the company, but you know, that's business, that's the way things work. But man, I gotta say that that basically these I mean, Swingshift, it seems to be a better shift for mechanics. I mean, for single guys. I mean, you're up and awake as soon as you're awake, you come out and you can get some work done in the yard, and then you can just you'll be all charged up by the time you go to work. I get off at 11, come back, wake up at about maybe 8 or 9. That gives me a couple of good hours to do some things like this. And day shift, you just don't have it. So yeah, good times. I still am into Bitcoins, as everybody probably knows, and is probably getting profoundly sick of hearing about. And so basically, I still have high hopes that this will be my ticket to freedom. My big dream is to become a wandering mechanic for permaculture communities. That would be fun. Then I can learn and teach permaculture and basically spend my 50s and early 60s on sort of an extended vacation. Good times. I did have a really nasty scare. Now, when you are dealing with Bitcoins, it's extremely important not to keep your coins on an exchange like Coinbase or Mt. Gox or any of those like that. And basically you need to take possession of your own private keys and then basically create encrypted paper wallets with a password that's about as long as your arm. And then don't keep the password with the wallets, and then basically just accumulate. And yeah, it's looking good. But I had a real scary yesterday. I tried to access one of those wallets that I was just, sort of nailing down details, and I forgot the fucking password. Oh my God. I've got about $8,000 in there. So I was like working on it. Oh my God. I was in a quiet panic for about an hour as I tried all my combinations of passwords that I intended to use. And finally I hit upon it, and man, I wrote them all out. And now those are going to go into the safe deposit box. I do not want that to happen again. That was a very, very bad hour. So anyway, bought a couple more, and with every month that I purchase more, the price where I can retire drops, a couple $100 each time. So yeah, eventually I might just be living the dream. Then I'll be able to use material like this and like this in a rocket mass heater, instead of just shredding it up and tossing it on the garden, which is a good use for it. But stuff like this is about as big as it can get using a rocket mass heater, before you have to start really seriously splitting the logs down and whatnot, because you can't have them more than maybe 2 or 3 times a broomstick width before they just don't work. And basically you can heat a house, a small house like a cabin or something a little bigger, just with things that fall from your trees or the tree trimmings, this is a little excessive. I mean, not even this much. But you could actually heat your house and can be off-grid as far as electricity is concerned with material just like this. And it's like a MGTOW way of doing things, to decrease your reliance on the conventional systems and basically use local resources and pull your support away from large government institutions like and government related institutions like electrical utilities and natural gas and all that good stuff. And if you're one of the carbon people who are concerned about carbon in the atmosphere, you know this stuff here, if it rotted away, it would basically end up in the atmosphere anyway. So you might, and it renews every single year with more root mass going into the ground and more wood, pulled out of the atmosphere. But things like natural gas and oil are not carbon neutral because they basically are yanked out of the ground where they've stayed for hundreds of thousands of years or millions, and they are and that's being dumped right into the atmosphere. So this, if you want to be environmental, man, rocket mass heater along with material like this, man, that's the way to go. That and maybe solar and a few other things for electricity. People do need a certain amount of electricity. But you could even set up a boiler and a generator with this material and charge a battery bank with like a car alternator and a small steam engine, and using material just like this. And the beauty of it is that combustion temperatures are so high that even the smoke burns. You can put your face in front of the exhaust of a rocket mass heater and you can take a big deep breath, and apparently, according to what they say, it smells like a fire that's been burning like a couple of houses down, and you're smelling it in the air. But the rest of it is just all the ash, not the ash, but all of the soot is just combusted and turned into carbon dioxide. And then, a few months later, it is accumulated in your trees again. All powered by solar. Good times. Yeah, I can't wait to do stuff like this. I suspect if current trends continue as they have been before the bubble of 2013, I will probably be on an extended vacation, probably from age 52 to the end. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Well, one more thing. Aaron Clary's at it again. He's basically talking about how guys who can't get a date are not really MGTOW and they're just sort of pretending. Yeah, right. If you ask me, if a guy, even if he's never had a date in his life, if he chooses, if he looks at the way things go with men and women and chooses to go MGTOW, I welcome him into our ranks. He can, if he wants, at a later date, once he gets his life, developed to the point where he's attractive, he could then just date if he wanted to, but it's important to allow these guys to choose to go MGTOW if they want and not invalidate what they're saying just because it would be difficult for them to get a date. I am all for them joining us. I welcome them. So yeah, Aaron Clary, nah. He says a lot of funny stuff and a lot of really smart stuff, but man, I am not in agreement with him on that. Well, I guess I'll let you guys go. Later.